did I do? Okay, I got it. Y'all, I'm road testing on my title because I haven't been live on here on this gadget in a long time. And I wanted to see, and I want to come on Bless too and talk a little bit. This morning I was having technical difficulties on my other gadget. And I said, let me try this gadget because I'm not going to be alone. As you can see, I'm on Bless too. Like I say, from time to time, I have to come on here. So far, so good. Because what's weird about it, I was on this gadget the whole time of Lady Nika's birthday party. Never once fell off. None of that. But then the last time I did a live on here, it was on shaky ground. But y'all, the weather's changed. It's really extremely cold out here. So I was wondering, was it the internet or what's going on outside? Sometimes it's windy or whatever. So thank y'all that's here because I didn't advertise it. Y'all see where I'm at. I'm not with the rah-rah right now. I did that earlier today. However, somebody always gonna send me something. There was some receipts showing that I said I was gonna retract something. No, that's a total different video. I said if I'm wrong, I'll retract. It's gonna make me go to my archives and put that one up too. That's neither here there though. Let me get to this story I'm gonna talk about to see if I can, you know, hang on here. Y'all, there's a movie. Let me get to the story. A docu-series that's gonna be coming out here pretty soon. And it's about this black teen. His death was suspicious. And I know y'all heard about it. Now, this came out 6 days ago on MSNBC. Kendrick Johnson, y'all remember in Georgia, well, when he was found, he had no insides, and inside his body was stuffed with newspaper. His organs had got stolen. He was rolled up in a mat at the school. Let's listen to the story, y'all. Hey, Shanice. Hey, Anthony. Okay. Um, we're gonna listen to the story first, and should I read it first? Let's just see what I'm gonna do. Okay, Finding Kendrick Johnson is a new documentary that investigates the suspicious death of a black teenager in Georgia. Joy Reid interviews award-winning actress and activist Jennifer Lewis, who produced and narrated this important work. So let's listen to this for a second.
This was back in 2013, and his family still has questions, and they suspect foul play. There's now a documentary film on what happened to Kendrick called Finding Kendrick Johnson, the result of a 4-year investigation into the facts of the case. The filmmaker Jason Pollock asserts that Kendrick's death was no accident.
We opened the body in this particular case. The organs were not there. Paper had been stuffed into the cavity to fill it up. Body parts are missing. Evidence is missing.
When we tested it, it was blood. Then we did DNA testing, and it was not the blood of Kendrick Johnson.
Fell off, y'all. Hold on.
It wasn't Kendrick blood. Who blood
think
was
we
it?
fell off.
We know.
If KJ had been white, we wouldn't have had to make this film.
This week, I spoke to actress Jennifer Lewis, who's also the narrator and executive producer of Finding Kendrick Johnson. And I asked her how she got involved in the project.
Well, I was on book tour with my memoir, The Mother Black Hollywood, and I did an interview with Charlamagne the God on the Breakfast Club.
Let me stop it.
The man asked me to take a photograph of Mike Brown and asked if he could send it to the director, Jason Pollock. He did. Jason, in that photograph, saw my passion and called and asked.
But did y'all just hear him saying, I do need to play this over, that the body parts wasn't inside his body? Do I need to play that part again? You remember, Tracy? Well, it turns out they're going to do a documentary on it. Well, let's finish listening, though. Let me see.
Asked me to narrate this amazing documentary.
Yeah, let's
And I want to say this.
Please do.
I just want to tell you, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. To sit
I can
there
imagine.
and talk about them taking this boy's organs and killing him.
I can only imagine. Let's play a little clip of the documentary for those who are watching.
A 5'10" kid decided to go head first into a 6-foot mat, then realized after he was stuck that he was going to die down there. And then he died down there, stuck. Somehow silently, with a gym full of kids playing basketball and changing classes around him. And then his shoes magically appeared on the top of his body, inside the mat, shoved into the hole. His legs became twisted in the mat.
There are so many discrepancies in this case. The original finding that he died of accidental asphyxiation versus the finding that it was blunt force trauma. The organs being missing. There's so much here. Now, the filmmakers are saying they've found new evidence. What can people expect to learn from this documentary that we didn't already know?
Well, that it was just a cover-up. Mitch Creedle, the whistleblower, who was sent from D.C. to investigate this case, acquired enough evidence that a judge gave permission for an all-out raid into these people's home, the Bell's home. Now, that's a lot of evidence for a judge to give permission to storm someone's house. What happened? What happened after that? They pushed it all under the rug. This is one of the biggest tragedies I've ever heard, that they took that baby's organs, murdered him, and then took his organs. They exhumed the body and found that the child had been stuffed with newspaper. This family has to live with that. And I'm here to tell you right now, I am going to fight for justice.
Wow.
For Kendrick Johnson's family until that case is open. We are calling on Biden, the Congress, the Senate, to open this case now that we have this evidence.
Let me play one more clip because I want people to hear the parents of Kendrick. Here, who's called KJ is his nickname. Here are his parents as part of this documentary.
Wow. How would you feel if someone went to school and never came home? Never returned home, and then the next day you found out he was rolled up in a gym mat.
My thing is to let people know that they have a voice. They don't have to be silent. They don't have to be scared to fight no more. They can speak out.
They killed the wrong child this time. We ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. My baby life matter.
This case, is one of the most disturbing, I have to say, that I've ever heard about. The sense that they're cover up.
Well, I'm glad that they're opening this case back up and making a docu-series out of it, and that it's not just getting pushed under the rug and not ever talked about anymore. See, I'm still puzzled. How him being rolled up in the mat, what happened after that? Where did they take him rolled up in the mat to get his art? It's
a much bigger case than we've even been led to believe in the beginning. You said you've called on the Justice Department to intervene. Is it your expectation that you think that is going to happen? Do you think it's likely that with this publicity and with your prominence, do you think it'll happen?
It's going to happen. It is going to happen. Because I'm telling you right now, Joy, I am going to fight. I am going to use my platform for this case. I had that family here in my home. I gave them a big Southern dinner, Valdosta, Georgia. This is where this whole murder occurred. This is the same town where Mary Turner was hung from a bridge they've actually named in Valdosta, the hanging bridge. Hung her and cut her baby out of her stomach. It's time for us to stop turning away from all of this. Justice has to happen in this case because the evidence is right there. Imagine being the mother of this child, 17 years old, knowing somebody probably rich and white are walking around with his organs.
Yes.
It's not right.
It's not right. And it would be nice if we had an anti-lynching law in this country. That would actually be nice too, because it feels like that is what we're talking about here. Jennifer Lewis, thank you for using your platform for doing something so important. Thank you for being here.
It is my pleasure. Thank you, Joy, and I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan of yours.
You keep telling the truth, baby. I admire you for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Y'all,
absolutely amazing.
Evidently, I missed something. And that's why I got to go back to the beginning again. The young man was rolled up in the mat at the school in the gym with the kids all around. Did they say how he get what they take the mat to get the boy's body and get his organ out? I mean, I'm really confused. And I see somebody said they remember this story, but I don't hear them saying that. Let me see.
Johnson, a documentary by Jason Pollock and narrated by the great Jennifer Lewis, is now available on digital and on video on demand. And one final note on this story, Jennifer Lewis mentioned a raid on the home of two of Kendrick's classmates, the Bells. The Bell brothers denied any involvement and were never charged in the case. And an FBI analysis concluded they were in different areas of the school when Kendrick entered the gym.
See, I think, am I the only one confused? You know, did they say how the mat got away from the school? The boy was rolled up in the mat in the gym. And this is all, I was looking for more on this. This case is so horrible. I hope they reopen this. I hope this family gets justice. Well, let's reopen now. They're doing a whole docu-series. And you heard she said she's not going to rest until they solve this. Now, I got to go back to the beginning one more time. Maybe I missed something. You know what I'm saying? Now, just check this out.
By state and local law officials. He was only 17 years old. This was back in 2013, and his family still has questions, and they suspect foul play. There's now a documentary film on what happened to Kendrick called Finding Kendrick Johnson, the result of a 4-year investigation into the facts of the case. The filmmaker Jason Pollock asserts that Kendrick's death was no accident.
We opened the body in this particular case, and the organs were not there.
See?
Paper had been
His
set
organs
in the cavity to fill it up. Body parts are missing. Evidence is missing.
And we tested it, it was blood. And we did DNA testing, and it was not the blood of Kendrick Johnson.
If it wasn't Kendrick blood, who blood was it? We know it was.
If KJ had been white, we wouldn't have had to make this film.
See, now that's why I'm confused. They show him rolled up in a mat at the school. Then they jump to his body organs were missing in the inside. Somebody murdered him. He was stuffed with newspaper, and then the blood that was in him in his DNA wasn't his blood. See, that's why I'm confused. How did the mat get from the school? Did they get him out the mat first or what? Now, let me read some more on this. And that's the part that got me kind of refused. But I'm glad they're doing a docu-series on this, and I would love to watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it. So that's what got me confused. I'm going to drop my link if anybody going to want to speak on this. Okay. Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, they dug the body out. But Creepy, they didn't say, okay, they say he died from asphyxiation. So from the school in the mat, how long he stayed in that mat, rolled up in school? Like I said, I still got a question. Maybe I missed something. The body had to be removed from the school, then brought back. Exactly. But for them to raise somebody's house, what somebody must have had the body to get his organs first before they moved. When they took it from the school, did they go straight to the mortuary? And that's why I said a lot of this is confusing to me. It is. So I'm gonna go back and read this story some more because I'm going over and over and over it again, and something is missing from the story. It is something is missing. Let me see. I'm put you on mute. Let me see if I can read it. Okay, that's about it. They're not saying a lot about it. So when I drop my link, if y'all want to talk about it, we can. I'm gonna go to my second story I want to talk about. Okay, now this is about a woman denied a kidney transplant. A friend was going to give her a kidney, but since she didn't have the COVID shots, they denied her. Now, just like the judge made these two judges, in fact, I think it was the state of Ohio, had these guys, take a COVID shot of jail time, probation time. The one guy, if he takes the shots, he only get 3 years probation instead of 5 years probation, prison time and probation. Now they threaten this whole lady that her religion won't let her do that. It's Colorado Springs woman denied kidney transplant because of COVID-19 vaccination status. Colorado Springs, California. Lilani Lou Talley told 11 News she has end-stage renal failure and needs a kidney as soon as possible. She said when she started working with UC Health months ago, the fact that she was unvaccinated was not an issue. Fast forward a month, and that policy has changed. So that was a surprise to me, Lutali said. She found a donor candidate, Jamie Faulkner, who was willing to go through the test, but after passing a few preliminary exams, Faulkner was asked if she was vaccinated. She is not, and the process stopped. UC Health did not speak to 11 News on camera, but they did issue a statement outlining the risk that they associate with a transplant recipient and the COVID-19 virus. They would not comment on any individual patients. Now, I'm going to let y'all hear them talk about it. And the lady that wants to give her the kidney is a friend of hers. She did speak on it. Let me go over there to there. After I said right, says more. Should be all over this. Yeah. Didn't know the ACP exactly. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Okay, let me get to this lady over here. Hold on a minute, y'all. Let me get to my gadget right here. Okay. Now, woman denied a transplant. Now, this was just 2 days ago. Wow, Colorado woman won't get vaccinated denied. Let me see, this is the one when you hear them talking. No, that's not the one because they're explaining it themselves. You know how different news channels explain it themselves? Wow, I'm vaccinated. And I don't think that's right, you guys. I really don't. She said she don't want to do it because of her religion. Won't allow her to do it. And I think that's just wrong. Just so WRONG wrong. Mm-mm-mm. See, they did have audio of it. Let's see if this is it. When I looked at it earlier. It's a shame. I think they're doing too much, when it comes to these vaccinations, because some people are just afraid and don't believe in it yet until the 2-year study is over. I don't see why they're making people get the shots that don't believe in the shots and don't want the shots. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to this. I think this is it, y'all. Where did it go? My thing is so sensitive, it keep moving out the way. Hold on a minute. Okay, I can't seem to find it no more, but it says a Colorado kidney transplant candidate was bumped to inactive status of failure to get vaccinated against COVID-19 has become the most public example of an argument rolling the country's more than 250 organ transplant centers across the country. Growing numbers of transplant programs have chosen to either bar patients who refuse to take the widely available COVID vaccine for receiving transplants or to give them lower priority on crowded organ wait lists, which is not fair because this lady been on the list all this time and been waiting. And now that it's time for her to get on there because her friend is donating the kidney to her, they won't let her have the kidney because neither one of them want to do it because of their religion. And before the COVID, people was getting, transplants all the time. Yeah, Rob, like, yeah, they still in the organs. Yes, they are. They take it from blacks, but I don't. I'll get there. But I don't care if they're giving those organs to blacks. They're not giving it to, I don't think they're giving it to nobody black. All I know is I would like to, and like she just said, somebody probably walking around, somebody walking around with the boy kidneys, transplant organs, all these organs in their body. Now that's so wrong. But I was trying to let y'all hear these ladies because they actually talked about it, but I don't see it anymore. So I'll just read it. I just read it, that's all. But like they said, they for religious reasons, that's just like the Jehovah's Witness, they don't believe in blood transfusions. But for some reason, their religion don't believe in doing organs. And I'm gonna start dropping my link because I'm on Blessed too, and I'm usually be on it long. And it just depends on the interaction. If somebody want to discuss this, the little black boy talked about, or anything else, that, pertaining to the news. Because when I get ready to do the rah-rah again, I'm going over yonder to Blessed too. Now, let me see. I ain't been on here so long. Let me see if I got to do the invite again because I almost forgot how to even get on here and do a live. That's why I got testing. Now, I did that. Now, what did I post? Let me see, right here. I already forgot. Okay, I think I pushed it right here. Oh, okay. See how it is when you don't be on one gadget for a long time? Each one is different. This was just one step. Now, my other gadgets, the phones, I haven't been on an iPad. It's more, I got to go there and then go back down to more, and the whole 9 yards. Somebody had said I was laughing because they didn't know how to do it. No, I had never did it on the phone before, but I finally caught on to it. Can't do it on the phone. So I started doing it on there. Colorado Springs was room found out her hospital wouldn't approve. Yeah, the hospital wouldn't approve a kidney transplant. That's wrong. Y'all, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. That's all I can say. That's wrong. Simple as that. Okay. Anybody want to grab the link? You got anything they want to talk? They want to talk on this? And what girl that? Because she was going to talk on it too. Because I think she looked at this story too. And she spoke on it too as well. She want to talk on it as well. But y'all, I'm afraid. So right now, y'all, if y'all got any health reasons, any health thing going on, you're gonna have to, before you get medical attention, before any hospital will accept you, you're gonna have to have the shot. And I just really don't think it's fair. I just truly don't think it's fair. You can't make these people do what they don't want to do. But that's my opinion. Everybody is guinea pigs at this point. Okay, everybody. Anyway, I'm going to read some of the comments back here on this little boy. Not, well, he's deceased now. He was a little boy. He's deceased now. Oh, Lord, just makes you think that if one of your loved ones passed, you almost got to go to the funeral home to make sure they get embalmed properly. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds crazy for me to even say that, but how could you trust someone, that they're going to do the right thing? And for them to take the organs, y'all, how long do organs live after somebody passed? That's what I want to know. So they would have to take the organs immediately, right? When somebody passed. And they didn't have permission to take this young boy organs. So they had to do what they did very quickly. How long did organs don't live that long inside the body once somebody passed? Am I right or wrong? Somebody let me know that because I don't know anything about that. Oh, and one more thing I'm gonna mention too before I keep talking. October 18th, the trial of Ahmaud Arbery case, the jury trial is going to start. That's the young man that was jogging in the neighborhood, and 3 Caucasians came up on the truck. There was a father, son, and then one of their friends and somebody in the neighborhood was filming it, and they showed the whole video of them shooting everything. Anyway, that trial is getting ready to start too. For those of y'all that has been keeping up with that, as I have, that's going on too. So when they start that, I'll be talking about that too. Somebody in the medical field is mixed up in this. Have to be right, the school and everything though. It's more than just the medical school. We don't know how many people, because like I said, they have to take the organs right away when somebody dies. Hold on a minute, let me get back to my story. Yeah, okay, so wouldn't they have to take those right away, y'all? What do you think? Jim met death shocker, body stuffed with newspaper. And this happened in 2013, y'all. Wow. And this is CNN News is talking about it too. The other news was MSNBC. That Kendrick Johnson was found dead, and they rolled up Jim met in January. His death was ruled accidental. A private autopsy challenged that finding. So they had a private autopsy, and they determined how he died. It was an accident. So in that private autopsy is when they took the organ. Y'all, I'm so confused on this one. It's like the news is not saying a lot. And for those of y'all that heard this once before, maybe y'all know more about it. That's why I put my link if anybody want to speak on it. The death of the 17-year-old Kendrick Johnson was awful enough for his parents. Then came the doubts about investigators' conclusion that it was an accident. See, it was the hospital staff, the school, and the investigators. Everybody, everybody was in on that. And I'm telling you, it may have been some old millionaire that paid for all the organs to put into their family, their friends, or everybody, but everyone his organ. He stuffed the newspaper with DNA inside him, blood, which wasn't even his. But the discovery that their son body and skull had been stuffed with newspaper before burial added a horrific new dimension to the anguish and further fueled the skepticism of the official findings. So he was stuffed with newspaper before the burial. I thought somebody said that they dug his body up. I don't know how it could be an accident. Rolled up in a man at the school 1 minute, next minute he dead. Moved before his body was given to the funeral. That's what I'm saying. Complex. It got to be something like that. It has to be. And they were quick on that one. I don't believe he died from asphyxiation. He was murdered, like she said, and she's not going to rest until they get it done. Say, his father said, we have been let down again. Kendrick Johnson told CNN, when we buried Kendrick, we thought we were burying Kendrick, not half of Kendrick. So, y'all, it was just a shell there. Just, I mean, no organs. And if they took everything, nowadays they also do eyes, transplants, and everything. They took everything out of this young man. Everything. Everybody's involved in this. Everybody. I'm almost at my 30 minutes now. I came on here to do my 30 minutes with those two stories. I don't know, y'all. This is, I've heard it all, y'all. And like I said, I barely remember this, but 2013, they still don't have an answer. Now, here I go. I got to say this. Do y'all think that if it was a Caucasian child who happened like that, do y'all think some rich Caucasian paid for his body parts? And what made them want to hurt or harm or murder this young man when he's rolled up in that mat? It's just so many questions that I'm not finding in this news story that I'm reading. So I'm gonna have to watch that documentary because I know they're gonna have that docu in the docu series. I know they're gonna have everything that they're not telling us here. Then here's another story. Here go another one. A body of vet who died in custody returned missing organs. The family of Everett Palmer Jr. is suspicious because when Palmer's body was returned to them, his throat, heart, and brain were missing. This is another black guy with missing organs, and they said his throat. So I didn't even know they do throat transplants. Now we know about the heart and brain was missing. Oh my God, this been going on for a while. Because this some in 2017, 2018, 2019, and y'all, none of this is solved. And this veteran died in police custody. His body was returned to his family with some organs missing. A person can't even die in peace. Let me see if I can if I remember how to put my thing up on here. Y'all ain't been here so long. Oh, okay, maybe I got to push invite because I see somebody back there and I don't know who they are. No. Oh, Lord. If I don't know how to put my thing up, I'm not going to bring you up. Pam, Mike. Oh, Lord, I really don't. I can't bring you up because I'm trying to remember, but let me do it like this. I haven't been on here in so long. Okay, this is just dropping the link. I know that. Okay. Now, as far as me putting my thing up here, I don't see it. Okay. Wow, that's weird. That's what I get for not coming on here for a while. Okay, I think, let me see. Oh, dude, wow. Oh. Okay, I see it is on the side. Okay. I see it's on the side. I think I'm supposed to push banners. Let me see. No, that's not it. You see, right? Okay, there. I got it. I got it. There we go. Now I can bring you up. Let me see who you are. Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing, Miss Bless?
I'm okay. Who am I speaking to?
Complex 613.
Okay, Complex. I don't really recognize your name right now, but we can speak on the little boy or the
Yes,
lady that
ma'am.
died.
I watch from the bushes a lot. Um, a lot of the channels. I'm from that town of Valdosta, Georgia, where Kendrick was unfortunately killed at. The
Really?
history of that town is not a very good one.
Mm-hmm.
The young man, his body was turned over to the mortuary services of the funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
Turn down my TV. I'm sorry. Um, His body was turned over to the funeral home, stuffed with newspaper already. They tried to blame it on the funeral home to the point where the state or the city town tried to sue him or the
Okay.
funeral home.
That's why I got mixed up. Because
Yes,
so
ma'am. And
before he
initially,
got to the funeral home, go ahead.
when his body was found in the mat, the initial story was he was going in for his tennis shoes.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of stuff came out afterwards that he had got into a scuffle or a fight or whatever with some boys at the school that happened to be children or family members of former FBI agents and the sheriffs in the town.
Wow.
Give you a little backstory of this town. The main thing the town is known for is the football team. The school university is getting big, but other than that, that's it. And they have a military base there, so it's a small town.
Okay.
At certain
Now
parts, at
somebody.
certain times at night, if it gets night, you
Uh-huh.
need to be on the right side of the tracks if you're not known. It's one of those
Wow.
type of towns, even to
Okay, it's a
this
little
day
hit
and
town.
age.
Yeah, it's
Ma'am?
a little hit town. A little hit town.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am, unfortunately. Yes.
now somebody want to know, was it a black funeral home?
Yes, it was a black funeral home, a funeral home that has been in that town for a long time.
So when they got to the funeral home, the organs were already missing. So the school, the morgue who picked the body up, I mean, the police, everything, everybody's involved in that. That's why
Correct.
in the news story.
That school has so many cameras in it and around it that there are some blind spots in the school, but mainly it's the kids that know those blind spots. And it's fewer of those. There was fewer of them then at that time when the situation happened.
Wow. So
But even the cameras that supposedly had picked up everything or should have picked up a lot of stuff, they didn't ever release those images or that footage. Stuff went missing. Certain people didn't have answers, and people disappeared.
wow. Keep talking. I gotta my battery going low. I gotta grab my thing.
They then tried the town then tried to sue his family. They tried to keep them from the courthouse. That family has been going through it for the longest since the unfortunate death and killing of their child, their loved one.
Wow. Okay, have to run
And
and get this.
it's a lot of cover up of who's who and who's not.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
So, you know what I'm confused about though, BCG? Now, when he was in the gym and it was children all around, right?
Initially, no, they were cutting through the gym. It was like, from what I had some nieces and nephews that was in the school at the time, and from what I was told from them, the kids would cut through the gym, and sometimes the boys and girls would hang out in the bleachers or whatever, cutting on whatever in the pool, doing what kids do. At the time, there wasn't a class going on in the actual gym.
Okay. Now, you heard the story I just read, right?
No, ma'am. I came in about 10, 15 minutes after you had already started your...
Let me go back. Because they said something about the boy was rolled up in a mat in the gym. If I'm not mistaken, I got to go back to it.
Yes, ma'am. His body was suspiciously found rolled up in a gym mat. And that's why I said the initial story, when it first came, when the story first broke out in 2013, was that he was going in after one of his tennis shoes, which didn't make any sense because even a teenager would know, okay, my shoe got taken from me, like somebody's playing keep away and they tossed the shoe over there. You don't go diving in the mat. If anything, you pull the mat down and go get your shoe.
Well, you know what? I'm going to show this again because you can see his feet hanging out the mat. Now, let me see. I think he had shoes on. Let me see this.
No, he didn't have shoes on. His shoes were missing.
Confused. Okay, that's why I got confused about this story.
Yes, ma'am. Initially, correct, because initially they were at the beginning when it first happened, they were saying he basically choked on his own body fluids and lack of oxygen by going into the mat after his tennis shoes, which would have been out on the floor inside the mats, because the mats were rolled up but standing up, not laying down.
Because that's why I got to do this again, because the mat was laying down.
No, Miss Bless. The mats were standing up.
Okay.
The mats were rolled up and standing up. Okay. You know how you roll your carpet up?
Right.
Instead of laying it down on the floor.
I'm going to show you how they showed the mat to us, what I just saw. That's why I keep saying I got kind of confused about that. They showed the mat. Okay.
And Miss Ray Black, it would be correct. Unfortunately, Kendrick was dead. Anybody that knows anything about life and death, when you go to transpire or die, your body releases. I'm sorry. Whatever fluids you have in you, you release them. Saliva, blood, anything.
Because I'm looking at a clip. I'm looking at a part of the clip right now. They're showing blood rolling down the wall.
Okay, are you looking at the picture from the mat though right now?
I'm at the mat. Hold on, I'm gonna show you how he rolled in the mat. His feet is hanging out, and shoes is in the mat with him. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Let me see, and I think you'll be able to see this. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. What they showed us. Now look how he's in the mat. Can you see this? Wait a minute. Do I need to put you down for a minute so you can see what I'm saying? Can you see his feet? Now look, see his shoes and everything with him? Yeah. Now you see what I'm saying? So the mat in reality, the mat wasn't laying down. They must have laid it down, but
no, Miss Bless. In reality, the mat was rolled up, standing up. They took that picture overhead.
Okay, so that's what got me confused. I'm telling you, that really got me confused about because of what you're saying and what they're showing. I mean, now you can see where my confusion came from. Then that's why
Yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Initially, when from the still picture that you just showed, because it was so close in, I'm not certain if that angle was the same one and they just reverted the picture. But when the story initially broke back in 2013, they showed him, unfortunately, upside down in that mat, rolled up, standing up. And they had
okay,
one of his shoes down underneath him like he was going in it, as if that was the story.
yeah. It's two shoes right there. He got one shoe is on top of the other shoe, but you only can see the second shoe that's under there. It's the heel. His whole shoe is on the heel of the other shoe inside the mat. So if the mat was originally standing up, they must have positioned him shoes like that because he was standing up. Seemed like the shoes would fall down towards what his head is. You see what I'm saying?
Say that again, Miss Bless.
Okay, his feet is hanging out the mat. His shoe is under his calf, and the shoe at the top is on top of his other shoe, but just the heel part of the shoe. So if it was up standing up at first, seemed like the shoes were rolled down there towards his head. Maybe I need to put this on a pull for a queen or put screen, but put you down so you can see this picture again of what I'm trying to tell you. And that's why I got confused. Let me see something. Don't leave. Don't leave. Let me see. Oh, girl, I forgot how to. Oh, okay, so you ain't got to leave. Let me see something. Now, I'm going to show you this again. Okay. I don't want to remove. Okay, I got to check. Oh, okay. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. You see how he's laying in there? See the feet? Now, see, you see his shoe right there, and then the shoe is on top of the heel of the other shoe. But you said the man originally was standing up. If that's the case, the shoe would have fell down through the mat by his head. And that's all I'm saying. That's why I said I got totally confused about that. Let me add you back. Now you see what I'm saying? You back now. BCG? BCG. Did you leave? BCG, unmute yourself.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Okay, now did you
Yes.
see what I just showed you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm asking you, did you see what I just showed you?
Yes, ma'am. I saw what you just showed me. And if you look at it, I don't know if you remember when the story initially broke. They said he was going in for his shoes. If you were going in for your shoes and the mat was standing up, even if you did go into a mat that was rolled up standing up, why would your shoes be at your side versus in your hands where your head is at?
Exactly. Why would his feet be at the end and his shoes is at the end close to his feet but by his calves? And like I say, and if it was standing up, the shoes ain't gonna just stay in position, they'll fall through.
Right. That's why I said that picture there that you just showed was staged, first of all.
Yes.
And
Yes. Had to be.
that's not the original picture when the story first broke either. Because
Wow.
the original
Okay.
one, some of the original still pictures that they showed, there was a shoe at his head because they made sure to try to make it seem to the show that he was going in after his shoe. That's how he ended up dying,
Wow.
supposedly.
Well, this is really staged the way I'm looking at him laying here. And then he went in for shoes while the mat was standing up. I just think all of it is weird. All I know is they stole the boy organs. It had to happen. The school officials, the morgue, whoever picked his body up, the police, everybody know is in on this, allegedly, far as I'm concerned, except for the funeral home because the organs were gone when his body made it there. So it's like
Right.
Lord, this happened in 2013. It's going to be a
Yes,
docu
ma'am.
series. I'm going to have to watch it. But yes, it's all crazy. It's just all crazy. It's just I don't know
And
how to
the
explain
note of the oh goodness, trying to get my words correct. This story, when I say I'm from that town, born, partially raised. So it hits hard because I had nieces and nephews and siblings there. But that when they found his body to verify who he was, you would think they would call his parents first, right?
Right.
That didn't happen. They closed ranks. And for everybody that keeps talking about his organs was missing, yes, his organs was missing. That's why his parents never saw him until he got to the funeral home.
Wow. So the funeral home, I know they had to question that. And so it's like they tried to close this case or something. You know, what the mayor attempt? What
For the most part, yes, ma'am. For the most part, they tried to close the case and they tried to railroad the funeral home as well as the family. Like I said, they tried to take the family to court. They blocked the family from going to the courthouse.
Wow.
At different times. Yeah. It was a hot mess then, and it's still a hot mess now. And there's been other cases that's gone on since then.
I know. I was just talking about some vet. You know, his throat, eyes, what else? And his brain, throat, and heart is missing. And nobody know why. And that's something.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
it's a black guy. It's the body
Yes,
of a
ma'am.
vet who died in custody, returned missing organs. You know, then you got another one. Ryan Singer, the body with missing organs. They're all black. These people with these missing organs.
Ma'am, Miss Bless, unfortunately, as much as they fear us, they have a reason to fear us. At the same time, they need us and want our body parts.
Well, definitely they do. And I never knew they could transfer a throat, somebody's throat going. But nothing amazes me now these days.
We can produce anything and everything under the sun, shade and all. They cannot.
Wow.
Even some of the worst of us, even some of the ones who are addicts and strung out or whatever, we're good for something. And if nobody cares about us and we don't have no loved ones or nobody that looks out for us from time to time, we go up missing and nobody cares.
Exactly. And that's why if you ever got a loved one locked up or in the hospital or something, go visit. Show your face there and there at the hospital. That's what we did our niece, because if you don't, they're going to think nobody don't care about you. Somebody going to notice that, the ones that want to steal your organ, and they're not going to treat you right. You know, that's why when my niece was in the hospital, we took shifts. My husband had went to the hospital a few months ago. You think I wasn't there 24/7? It was a time when I was telling everybody, okay, I gotta go. I was gonna sit there all day. Then if I had to leave, then my son to sit there through the night, and they knew to take him right, because one of his relatives gonna be sitting right there. So if y'all got love in the hospital, I can understand. Well, the COVID coming, they don't want y'all to come in there, but that's a lie. At least one can't come at a time. Take shift, because they think if nobody don't care, they ain't gonna treat you right. They're just not gonna treat you right. They might steal your organs. I don't know how they did to the boy. He did nobody need to visit him. He's actually at the schoolhouse somewhere. But go to the jail.
He was very athletic.
Let
very
them know
athletic and very young. Had a full life ahead of him still. I'm gonna say one other thing, Miss Bless, and then I'm gonna step away. For those who are thinking about becoming organ donors and putting it on your identification, that's an easy way for them to track you. And it may sound like a conspiracy theory, but just think about it.
You know
How
what?
else would they know?
I had did that. I had, put down the organ donor and had the little pink card on the back of my license, but I'm not on there no more. Because of something
I
that you
stopped
just
doing
said.
it a long time ago, Miss Bless. I smoke too many cigarettes now, so they don't want my lungs or nothing else. I don't think so. That helped me out some, I think. But anyways, thank you for allowing me to come up.
You'll get something, lamb's eyes or something. But thanks for coming up. That's very interesting. You're right there in the town, so you do know the whole story. And then what I read and showed, they deceived us all. That's why I just said I'm not getting the full story. I'm missing something. So thanks for coming up, filling in that.
Yes, ma'am. But do watch the I will tell everybody to watch the documentary, because the family, if I remember correctly, did take part in it. So that what they're saying is true. But what was allowed to go on the news sources wasn't so much, unfortunately.
Wow.
And being from the South, that happens a lot.
And people, that's why some people in here will say certain things. And I have to say to them, not prejudice either, but it's things that we see. And that's why we say certain things. The interlopers try to slither on us, even on here, as well as real life, and say the next thing you know, you doxed. Then your business, they're just doing some of everything, even on here. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate that, y'all. Oh my God, I've been talking for 51 minutes. I'm almost at an hour. Anybody else want to speak on this? Or do y'all anybody want to speak on the lady can't get a transplant because she didn't take the COVID shot? Her or her friend, for religious reasons, don't want to take that shot. Do y'all think it's fair that she can't she been on the list all this time? She found her own kidney. She have a friend with 2 healthy kidneys that want to donate it, but they telling her no. I mean, people was getting transplants before the COVID shot. So no matter what, they usually respect somebody's religion. They respect those people that what do you call those people that wear them things on their head? From the Mid East. Anyway, they respect their religion with certain stuff. And yeah, these ladies are Caucasian, so it doesn't matter the race. I'm just saying, at first, before I saw the pictures of them, I was thinking, oh my God, it's gonna be somebody, but it wasn't. It wasn't, and they won't let them take the thing. So that's what I spoke on. And y'all also watch out for the trial for the start of the young man that was running, doing the just running through his neighborhood, just exercising. Aubrey Armand. The case, his court date is going to start October 18th. I will be looking for that as well. Yeah, Ray Black, turbans and the ladies wear those other things on their head. They respect their religion. And they're not even from here. They're foreigners. So I don't get that. Michelle, please catch you out. Wow, so I will have to catch. Yeah, girl, catch the replay. It's about this black guy who, boy, he got killed. He was 17 years old. He rolled up in a mad schoolhouse. Somehow his organs mysteriously disappeared. When he got to the funeral home, his organs were gone. His body was stuffed in newspaper. There was DNA inside his body, but it was blood that wasn't his, that didn't belong to him. So whatever happened before he got to the funeral home, I think the school, the person, the Mark, whoever picked the body up, it's a lot of people involved in that. And the way she described that little hick town, hell, I don't know. Allegedly could be married anybody in cahoots with that. They knew some friends and whatever, or they sold his body parts, his organs, or they had some friends, relatives, or something that needed those body parts. That's just me. That's just what I think. That's just my opinion. So that's why I have to use the word allegedly, that they were all in on it. Okay. Now, with that said, I'm going to get on a good foot. Well, I got 6 more minutes to hour, and I don't think nobody else have anything they want to say for the news. Now, I might come right back on with a little rah-rah. Because like I said, I heard somebody is showing a receipt that I retract. No, that was on another situation. I have to pull that up too. Because see, I'm a woman that will retract and will admit if I got something wrong. And it is what it is. Because guys, you have to think that if I say something 2 or 3 years ago, did something come back up these days? How would I know it's going to come back up? You know what I'm saying? So I must have spoke my truth back then. So anyway, but I'm glad that they're doing this docu series and they ain't gonna let it go. It's not gonna turn into a cold case like they wanted it to be. And I'm glad of that. Like this Gabby girl, they ain't letting that turn into nothing cold at all, and she will still be alive had they separated them like they said they was. But see, they give her all kind of news coverage. Every day I look at the news. Every day I look at the news on my computer. Something it's something about this little Gabby. Every day. Every day, all day. That's all you hear. Gabby, 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 Gabby. Where my music at? Hey, dude. Yeah, we do. We got to keep on top of this. Thank y'all for coming. That's why I wrote in my title what I was going to be talking about, because over here it's not built up yet. So even if I got 20 or more like that's here right now, that's good for right now for over here. Because I don't come over here, but I got to start coming over here. But I want to do different stories though, y'all. I get tired of the rah all the time. But then I have people asking me to do positive stuff and do news stories, but then they don't show up because they want the rah. Now y'all see everybody show up this morning. Hey, lady nigga girl, I didn't know you was here. Yeah, girl. So the more I come on here, it'd be okay, because I'm willing to take a hit over there, bless, to come over here and start building it up, making me some smoothies, some juice, and talk about me some stories. That's what I want to do over here. I don't want to, I just don't want to come back and do all that right now. Okay? So we finna get it out here. If y'all didn't drop the likes, go ahead and hit the likes right now for me, please. If y'all decide y'all want to help support over here too as well, because I do have some plans, go right ahead. It's Walk is Blessed 56. And thank you all for coming. With that said, I'm going to say hello. I said I didn't really announce, to nobody that I was really coming on. I just came on. Girl, I've been on here 3 minutes short of an hour. Thanks for the diamonds.